Hey guys, it's Collector Wes, and it is, what is it, March 17th, 11:05 a.m. in the great nation, capital of the earth, Texas. We have Unleashed showing up. I haven't made a video in a while, at least a video going over cards. I've been playing a lot of Riftbound, absolutely enjoying it. And it's time to start making some regular content for videos outside of shorts that I've been making for us to go over cards. What are my thoughts? What am I seeing? What am I thinking? What are we getting? All that stuff. So let's get into it. Okay, so we just had Unleashed stuff drop yesterday, and we've been all throughout the Discord, at least me and my local over here in the DFW, Dallas Fort Worth, and just theorizing everything that we're seeing, right? So Unleashed, first of all, I think Unleashed has some of the best overnumbers to date. The cards look amazing. There's some heat in a lot of obviously a lot of purple. I'm a big purple fan, and I believe some other cards, other domains are getting some really good stuff that's going to not only keep up with purple but rival it. So let's get started with our very first card here. We have Inferna. I think let's just give a rating. I think she is a 5-star card. I think you're going to have her in your red decks. I know I'm going to have her in my red decks. Bare minimum, she says here, ambush. So you play me as a reaction to a battlefield where you have units. Pay attention to that. It says assault +2. So she is a 2/3 coming into attacking. Now, obviously, she doesn't have the defense side of it, but still, the fact is that she can be a hand trap coming from wherever you're trying to protect your 2-cost, your Pouty Poros, your Plundering Poros, your Nema Poro, because red fits into multiple that I've seen, multiple domains. Your merchants, your overzealous fans, whatever. She can come out for 2/3, put that 2/3 up, right? She's basically a hand trap, and she's a 2-cost with a 2 assault 2. And then you can move her back after you play her on your opponent's turn, move her back, and then prepare to swing in. She is good for a 2/3 from a hand, and it's not an extra cost, it's just 2 from the hand, which is super good. No power or anything like that, and you can play her on your opponent's turn, and then you can move her back. She's 5 stars. Don't at me. Okay, moving on, we got Upstage Comedy. To all my Jin players that are coming out, this is going to be a great card. So let's read. It says here, repeat 2. You may pay the additional cost to repeat this spell. Ready a unit. It's for 2. Okay. So why is that good? Because we're going to see some later where we see the synergies of red and blue, with Jin coming out as well, playing 4-cost spells, or I believe it's 4-cost or four spells being played, or something like that. But it says ready a unit just for 2, and you can repeat it twice. So bushwhacks, your for what is it? I forgot what the orange card is where it readies your units. But let's just take bushwhack, right? Bushwhack is that a 2 with a 1 power, I think, or it's 1 with a 1 power. It's one of the two. But you can play this, bam, play it again, 2, you're done, right? So then you can drop whatever you need. You don't have to play it before the turn or after the turn. You can just play it technically after the turn. You want to play your unit, then you want to play your 2-cost, or your Upstage Comedy, then you want to play another swing in, take the game. Super good card. It's common as well. That's good for no power, and you could have the ability to take it out of the trash, hopefully, with some like red purple type stuff. With Fizz, you could play it for free. With Fizz, you just pay the 2. So you put it in the trash, you play Fizz gets to play any energy cost under 3 for free, then you just pay 2. Insane. So you can play Fizz and then ready Fizz, or play Fizz, play this card, put 2 cards out, play Fizz, ready your Fizz for free, or ready whatever card for free, and then ready another big unit. Insane. That's this easy. I'm gonna say 5-star. I'm gonna say it's a 5-star card. It's a common card. Dancing Grenade. So the way this works, let's read it. It says deal 2 to a unit. A controller may play this spell again for a recycle cost, so a power. If they do, this deals additional bonus damage for each time this spell has dealt damage this turn, right? So its controller may play this spell again, right? You deal 2, you pay an energy cost, you pay 2. So I believe you can play it again, right? So you deal 2 to a unit. Then when you play it again, deals additional. So then you deal 3 to a unit. You pay another power, you deal 4 to a unit. Because you continue to get this deals additional 1 bonus damage for each time this spell is done. So 3, it's probably 3, 3, and 3. So you deal 2, then you deal 3, then you deal 3. You see where that's going? 2 for power. This is probably like if you need a board wipe kind of situation, because you can pick anywhere. You can pick anywhere. It says deal 2 to a unit. So you can go anywhere, which is great. So we're having a falling star situation. But better than a falling star, because you deal 2, then you pay 1, you deal 3, then you pay 1, you deal 3 again. And so every time you pay in a recycle. That's the way I'm reading it. It's controller may play this spell again for 1 power. So recycle, right? And it bounces, right? So you get to do 2, then you get to deal 3, then you get to deal 3. So you hit everything, or you board wipe everything, then you move in for the kill. I'm going to say this card is probably like a 3.5, maybe pushing a 4. This is really good, but it's going to be expensive, obviously, but you're going to use it in a way that wants to board wipe, or you want to take something big out. But the fact is, you can go 2, then 3, then 3, then 3. So it's going to be a 2 power, 2 mana, or 2 runes with a power, and then you pay another power, and then another power, and then another power, and that's how it keeps moving. We have Jhin. I think Jin's great. It has deflect and ganking at a 4. Broken. Deflect, obviously, he's a 4 with a 4 cost 4 might with a 1 power. He has ganking. When I move, add 1 plus a power, abilities that resources can be reacted to. So you play Jhin, then when you move him, you play the dancing grenade. So it's like, oh yeah, you get to add it. And so then if you move him again, you get to add it, right? So if you moved him twice, you get to add that many each turn when I move. So you can technically add 1 power, 1 power, 1 power, 1 power, and you play the dancing grenade for free. Do you see the combo there, the synergy? And that works with the legend. This will be great. Obviously, it's going to, 4 cost and a power, but it stays on the board. And he has deflect and he has ganking. This, I mean, I may be giving a lot of 5s out here, okay? But 5 is really good. What I mean by that is there are a lot of cards right now that have a lot of text inside of the card, which is great because, a lot of cards sometimes, or at least for the first 2 sets, don't have a lot to do with like within the card itself. Is it good? It's got like a single thing it does. This has multiple. It has deflect and it has ganking with a 4 might, 4 power, 4 cost, 1 power. And then as it moves, right? So ride the winds, whatever you're going to do, you move it, you ready it somehow, then you get a 1 power, and then you start to pump that into your other spells that pay for power. It's like a built-in Kaisa in a way. Great card. We'll just say it's a 4. We'll just say it's a 4. We'll be modest. I think it's great. I think the combo potential here is great. We're going to move over to Jhin, the Murderous Artist. The Murderous Artist. I love the cosmic skin with all the hands. Super cool. And obviously it just says here, deflect and ganking. Yep, we already know. It's just the alt art of it. Looks great. Vi. They made another Vi, so another red Vi, hot-headed. So I forgot what the other one is. I don't know if the other one's hot-headed or not. No, it's not because it's different. But another red Vi. She's a 4/3. Deflect, which is nuts for a 4/3. She gets deflect. That's broken. And her ability is even better. You paid 2 power, right? 2 red, double my might this turn. Insane. Both Vi's. The Vi that we have from Origins, which is a 2 with the power, and she gets ganking, and she has recycle the trash. Then you get another Vi that gets to double the power. So if you play any kind of equipment, you play a punch first, you play something that boosts her power, then you pay that and you swing in. That's nuts. Like, that's super nuts. And she's 4 with the 3, no power cost, just coming out. And you're going to swing in big over something where you don't have to play bigger units because you have like 3 Vi's out. And so it's easily, when we don't have to pay power to put a card out, card automatically goes into the 4 to the 5-ish range. just because it's strong and it most likely has an ability. We have the Dravens, we have the Kaisas, we have a Vi here. Great card. So we're gonna put right now. I think this card is tippy top. I think it's a 4. So we're gonna leave it at a 4. We'll really reserve the 5s for cards that we'll just say are like could be meta defining. Okay, we'll keep it like that. Um, there's that one. Here's the alt art. What is this? The devil form or something like that. Looks cool. I think it could have done better. Let's go here. Muted Mauser. Okay, this card is great. It's a 2/1. If you can get it on the field, it's a 2/3. Gets tank and it gets shield +2. So you has to be hit first, and it can survive a 2 cost, right? And so, if you had like a Master Yi, it would get what +1/+2 if it's a legend ability at the legend ability applying to it at its own battlefield. Either way, it's a great card to go out turn 1, take over a battlefield. Then you're at a 2/3. You have to deal with that. And it's like, okay, I'm not ready for that. So you're gonna have to spend something higher to get over it, and it's a 1, so you don't want to spend power to go against it, but you want to beat it outright. Either way, it has tank, and so it's going to take first 3 parts of the damage. So you try to protect a bigger unit, your Dravens, your whatever other card you want to put in there, right? Mauser has to go first, and then whatever damage is left gets applied, which is great, right? So I think this is I think for green this is a 4. This is a 4 easy. I think this would be in every green deck at bare minimum. A 2, maybe a 3 slot for sure, or a 3 copy of. Let's move on. We have Moss Stomper. It is a 3 power, or a 3 cost 1 power. It says hunt level 2. When I conquer or hold, gain 2 experience, which we're moving to the experience phase, which I absolutely love. Level 3, I have +1 might and deflect, which is awesome. While you have 3 XP, you get the effect opponents must pay to choose the deflect. So 3 cost, 1 power, and then when you conquer or hold, you get 2 XP. So when you get to 3 XP, so once it conquers or holds twice, right? While you have that, and you can obviously move it back and then move it back in. And he has to conquer though. So you get 3 XP, he gets deflect. I think this is a middle of the road. I'm gonna say this is a 3. Good card. Definitely if it gets the 2 XP, right, then it goes up, it gets +1, so it becomes a 4, and then it has deflect. Not bad at all. And then if there are cards that say you can spend XP, right, maybe you can spend XP from your Moss Stopper into something else. We still got a lot of cards to go through. Okay, here's a card that me and my Discord were going back and forth on. Isilla, or Isilla, something like Isilla. Looks like a Medusa in the water. When I hold at the start of your next main phase, you may move an enemy unit to this battlefield. Why do I think this is great? People were like, a friend of mine were like, this card's too slow. I was like, brother, everybody says that, and this card is definitely going to see play. Why? Because once you're able to, it's green, so you can deflect, you have counter spells like crazy. Why is that important? Because once you can put it on the battlefield, it automatically will start paying dividends the moment it can hold. Then at the start of your next main phase, right? So it has to conquer, or you put it on there, and that card holds. Or then once it holds at the next main phase, you can start popping the back row. I get it. It's a 7 with the 1 power, but it's a 7 with the 1 power, the 6 with a great ability if you can pull it off. And it's not really that hard. Because you're going to swing in with other stuff. You're going to push it in. You're going to keep it there. And then next main phase, hey, whatever's in the base, that the opponent is automatically going to start losing cards if they can't do something about it. And so they have to move the card in. I think this is a great card. I think this is going to see play. I would expect this card to actually win some games and be this make or break kind of card. So I'm going to give this a 3.5. I think this card is going to be a sleeper hit for sure, in my opinion. Yeezy. Whew. Great. I absolutely love it. I think if you can get Yi to level 16, or just anything, you level 3, he costs 2 less. Level 4, he costs 4 less. Level 6, he costs 6 less. I cost 6. That's insane, right? And then level 16, it can't be chosen by enemy spells and abilities. He's 12/12, swinging. He's what the highest that's out there right now, the highest cost card. Yeah, bigger than Baron, more than Volley, or maybe the same as Volley or more than Volley, but the highest might power, or the highest might. Yeah, if you can cheat this out with like Here to Helps, Auroras, stuff like that, this is unstoppable. Like if you can't be chosen by enemy spells and abilities, so you got a Rune Runner Yi, and you have to go up against him, you're good. You're done. I'm gonna put this at a 4 because we're really gonna have to see the secret sauce behind it and the cards to cheat it out. But if you can get it out and get the experience on it, it's the best card in the game because you can't beat it. But obviously there's caveats to that, right? There's levels to that, but I absolutely love it. The card work is beautiful, by the way. Love it. Think it's great. Here's the Cosmic Key. Uh, Amazing. Love it. It's gonna look super good. I'm happy to see it. Uh, let's see. We got Vile Malls. People are really excited about Vile Malls. I am as well. It's got ambush and reaction. Enemy units here with less might. This is good. Then me don't deal combat damage. When I hold, I draw. Broken. Broken. And I love it. And I hope you play it. I will be playing it in a green deck with Aurora somehow, or Here to Help or something. When I get this out, and it comes out on reaction speed. So it's just like, just hold on to your cards if your board's set up. You're playing like Ari or something like that, and you're able to ramp, and then you get it there and you hold. You're just like, there's nothing that's gonna feel worse than knowing you're playing a Vile Maw into something, even if they play rebukes or whatever. It doesn't matter. Who cares? The idea is that enemy units here with less might deal no combat damage. Broken. I think this is a 4 because the way you have to get it out. But if you can get it out for one turn and it holds, right? It pays dividends immediately and you draw. That's pretty good. Looks great. Love that. This is what the alt art here. Yeah, this one looks really good. Love it. This looks really good. Downstage Dramatics. Okay. I think Diana is going to be a tier 0 deck for sure. In my opinion, I think Diana is tier 0. Check it out. She's obviously blue purple, so better than Ezreal in my opinion. Reaction: play anytime before spells. 2 cost. Once again, just 2. Repeat 2. So you may pay additional cost to repeat this spell effect. So if you play this spell during Diana's phase, where she can play cards in Showdown, then it only costs 1 because you can tap Diana and you can play it one time, right? But if you have anything that reduces the cost, like an Ezreal or a Vex on the field, okay, it's free. It's called shot all over again. Draw 1, draw 2. Just hey, draw 2. Reaction. Oh, I got my answer. Bam, here we go. And then by Diana, as she's on the field, every time you play a spell, she's a better Raven Bloom. She gets +2. Then you have Raven Bloom there, brother. You're off to the races. I think this card is great. I'm calling this card we'll call it a 4. A 4 wanting to tip over the scales to a 5. Frigid Jewel. This is going to work in conjunction with Downstage Dramatics. Check it out. When you draw your second card each turn, give a friendly unit +2. Okay, so it's a gear. It's a gear, mind you. That's good. You just put it out and it sits there. You don't have to set it and forget it, and you don't have to pay anything for it. Brother, this is a 4. This is a 4. The only way it won't be a 5 is you have to draw a second card each turn. But they're giving you cards to do that. This is a 4. And it has the potential to be a 5. Easy, a 4. Easy. Do you see that? Give a friendly unit +2 this turn. When you draw your second card each turn, give a friendly unit +2. So if you have 2 or 3 of these, draw 2 +6. You can just pick whatever, right? As a ramp, there's a buff in there, okay? And you just start buffing cards. That's pretty good. And you're drawing throughout your deck as well. Gear. Brother, I don't know what else to tell you. That's a good card. That's pretty good. Hui, he just got released today. He is for sure being 2 of 3 of at bare minimum. He's awesome. He is awesome. This is a 5-star card. Check it out. It says Hui Brooding Painter. When I move, okay, we got Traveling Merchant here. Draw 1, then discard 1, which is nice because Traveling Merchant says discard 1, then draw. So you get to draw first to see if you even like the card. You don't like the card, discard. That's actually better because you get to look at your hand and see if it has any kind of synergy. Then you get to get rid of it instead of getting rid of a card that you may not want to get rid of yet. And then be like, oh, this card sucks. I'll just get rid of it. Okay, cool. Then do one of the following. If it's a spell, you get to draw 1, so you get to draw 2. That's nice. If it's a gear, if you play Scrap Heap, so if you have Scrap Heap in your hand, draw 1, discard Scrap Heap, draw 3. So you draw 1, discard Scrap Heap, They actually discard scrap. You get to draw another card, and you get to ready two runes. Insane, insane. If it's a unit, give me +3 this turn. What, brother? This card is this card is good. This card is good, and you can do it multiple times. So if you can move him again, you can give him +6, +9, whatever, and you get to ready 2 runes. Insane. He has a ramp engine, he has a draw engine, and he has a buff engine. This is a 5-star card. Easy. Don't at me if any other opinion is wrong. Let's move here. Gem Hand Hunter. Hunt, when I conquer a hold, gain 1 XP. He's a 2/2. I love that. Level 6, I +1. I have +1, while at 6 XP, you get this effect, right? So he gets to get the ramp engine of XP. So we're going to get cards that produce XP, which then we can use to remove for other cards, right? So that's how that's going to work. Simple card, does what it needs to do. It's a hunt engine as well. So it's an XP engine that gives you that to be able to play with other cards. Great. Or play to use effects for other cards. Great. I think this is a easy middle of the road. We'll give it a 3.5. Crowd favorite. So 3/3, 1 hunt, when I conquer, hold 1 XP, spend 2 XP, buff me, give me +1 if I don't have one. So it becomes a 3/4. Easy enough. He's a 3/3, but the fact is that he can spend XP to give a buff, right? Give him +1, so it becomes a 3/4. It's easy. It's a 3/3, and it has an XP kind of engine, a hunt, right? Which helps. And then if that's the case, you don't have to spend any power. He has a 3/4 potentially. After you get 2 XP, that's great. 3, I would say he's a 3. Nidalee. Shout outs to Orange Kaisa. Check it out. 3 cost, 1 power. She's a 4. She has ambush. That's always good. When I win a combat, hello Draven, draw 1. Right there you go. Win a combat, draw 1. Win a combat, draw 1. I'll take it. You have reaction speed. You're 3 with a 4. Win a combat, swing in. Whatever else you want to do with this card. If you can win, you in a combat is technically when your card is remaining, right? If I remain after combat, draw a card. That's it. It's Draven in card form. There you go. I'm gonna say this is a. I'm gonna give this a 3.5, maybe leaning to a 4. All right. Nyla was released today. Nyla says she's a 3 cost, 1 power with a 4. She has accelerate for an additional a power. She has ganking, and when she moves, she gets XP. Brother, come on, man. These XP engines that are going to be used to level up, right? And to be able to use that, and as you gain levels, brother, easy money. And every time she moves, and she has ganking. Come on. And she has accelerate. If you need to win the game, you can right there, right on the spot. And she moves, she gets an XP for that, which then helps other cards in your economy use the XP, right, to get levels. Great card. I think this is a probably a 3 of, if not minimum a 2. Rengar. Rengar says he's an ambush with a reaction, 5 power with 5 costs for 1 power with a 6. He has a reaction as well, ambush. I can be played to a battlefield where there are enemy units, even if you don't have units there. Dead Bloom, smaller Dead Bloom goes in, which is great. You should put him in Aurora, or if you have him in your hand and your opponent moves into a battlefield to conquer, okay, with a basic unit, right? Open battlefield, they move in. You play Rengar, bam, you win that battlefield, you win that combat, whatever it is, you have something there, right? Or you have 2 cards in your hand that have ambush. And if they have that, like the what was that, the Nyla, or was that the Nidalee? So the Rengar and the Nidalee, pop them both in there for 8 with 2 power, brother, you're off to the races. You're going to draw a card, you're going to kill the unit, and you're going to score a point on your opponent's turn. Then you get a hold point right after. That's good. That's good. I think this is his normal. Is this the alt? Is that the normal or the alt? Either way, Rengar's looking good. Can't wait to see what his legend ability is. Card got dropped today. I love it. I think it's great. It is Crescent Guardian. He is Purple Kaisa, but without the draw. If you play the spell this turn, you may pay 1 Chaos Rune, an additional cost to play me. If you do, I enter ready. It's 4 with no power, but if you have a spell and you need to move him in, you can for 1. And if you have a seal, tap the seal. He's in for free. Easy money. Brother, come on. Let's go purple. I want all that purple stuff. Let's go. Me in in my Discord chat right now, we're talking about this card right now. This card is great. This card is great. Five star. Easy 5-star. Okay. Stars crossed. Reaction speed. Reaction speed rebuke, by the way. 3 power, 1 cost. Return a friendly unit and an enemy unit to their owner's hands. You get to pick what you want. So let's say you place Fizz. Fizz is out. You played whatever card from the trash. Your opponent moves in to score a battlefield. You play Stars Crossed. As a reaction to anything, you pop that unit back. They don't get the hold. You move the Fizz back into your hand. Next turn, you play the Fizz. You play whatever from your hand again for free. You could even play this for free. Or play it with 1 power rebuke, and you can do it all over again. Pop the Fizz back, do it again, do it again, do it again. Playing from your trash. This card is insane. This card is insane. 5-star, easy. This card is gonna have so much replayability from the trash. I could see this being a one of, and you're just playing it from the trash. Insane. Absolutely insane. Shout outs to Chaos. Let's see. Abandon. Oh man. Another counter spell. Hard bargain and abandon. 2 power, reaction speed, counter a spell, return it to the owner's hand instead of putting it in the trash. Okay, cool, whatever. Look at the top card of your main deck. You may recycle it. So you get to look at the card. I don't know, difference between vision is that you get to see it, like at some beginning step or whatever. Predict is you get to look at it while you play a spell. At a reaction speed of 2, whatever your opponent's doing, right? So I love that because you get to look at your deck and you get to decide that it's just got a little niche there, and you get to do it on reaction speed, and you could do it from your trash. So if there's a way that you could play a reaction speed kind of Fizz something situation where you could put it on the field, then look at your trash, play this from the trash for free, or somehow pay it, then you get to look at the top card. Brother, come on. If you're not playing purple, you don't want to win. I'm telling you right now. Even though I love all the other colors and I love all the stuff they're going to do, they're probably going to get super broken stuff. Purple is great. Purple stalks to the moon. All the stonks. Okay, here we go. Insightful Investigator. Great card. 3 cost, no power. Says, when you play me, choose an opponent. They reveal their hand. That right there is one of the most broken things you could do. Baby Mind Splitter, let's do it. You may pay 2 XP. Okay, how did we get the XP? We got it from the Nyla. We got it from the Gem Hand Hunter. We got it from the crowd favorite, the Gem Hand Hunter, the crowd favorite, right? These guys who are generating XP. Just spend it anywhere, okay? And you're just like, you know what? I'm gonna spend 2 XP. Choose a card from their hand. If you do, they discard that card. I wonder if you're able to spend more XP. It says 2, it probably means just 2, everything to the text to that degree. But still, that seems pretty good to me. Get to look at the hand, what they have, write it all down. You discard the card so it doesn't get recycled, and they get to draw one. I'm cool with that because I can take whatever your one ofs are, whatever your big units are, whatever it is, and just know what's going on, and then whatever card you get, whatever. Great card. This is, I want to put this at a 5, but we're going to put it at a 4. Baron Nashor, we already know what Baron does. Baron looks great. The ultimate is going to be another Baron version that's coming up. The ultimate that's going to be like super, super, super hard to get. Sounds like it's going to be harder to get than a signature. It's a 10, 3 power. Cheat it out with a Here to Help or an Aurora. As you play me, Baron Pit comes out to the field. If you do, I enter. I can't be chosen by any spells or abilities, which is great. It's like a big rune runner. Other friendly units have 2+ might here. And that's a battlefield, so you can win. You can go there, and you can score points there. That's great. We already know what Baron does. Happy about that. Diana. Now, we haven't seen blue Diana. Purple Diana, fire. Ready? And we're going to look at her. I love this art. No longer human, but we're going to go look at the Blood Moon one because it's got, it looks so clean. When you play a spell, give me +2 this turn. 4 power, 4 cost, 1 power, 3 might. There's going to be so many opportunities to play spells in a blue-yellow where it's reducing the cost. We saw it with the Ezreal, right? We saw it with the Vex and the Ezreal unit plus the Ezreals plus the Vex. Then we had the Seals. Brother, I think with like Raven Blooms as well, I fully believe that she's going to be a tier 0 deck. I think she's going to be extremely good, and I'm excited to play her. Plus, you get the 1. If you tap her, you get the 1 power. She's just like a Kaisa, but only for showdowns. And instead of recycle cost, she is for power, not power cost, for rune cost. Either way, and she has ambush. It's pretty good. That's pretty good. I think we're gonna put her at a 4.5. I want to put her higher because I'm just that I'm a Diana main, but we'll put her at a 4. Well, we'll put her at a 4. We'll just do 4. Um, Ash. So we haven't done a lot of banishing stuff yet, but since Ash is here, we're going to see some more of that, and I expect that to pick up in the future. Yellow, 5 power, 5 cost, 1 power, 4 might. When you play me, choose an opponent. They reveal their hand, which is great. Choose a card revealed this way and banish it. When they hold, return it to the owner's hand if I'm no longer on the board. I think this is great for now. There's not a lot of stuff with banish outside of like the card, like just getting the information. I'm going to put this at a 3. I think it's okay. I think the might should be more for sure. She should have more might. Okay. Big Papa that just got removed from the game. Otacon. Okay. This is like Warwick on steroids, okay? Because if something's dealt damage and Warwick is there, they die. Otacon, when he declares an attack, they die. Insane. It says you may kill a friendly unit as an additional cost to play me. If you do, I cost 1 less for energy cost and 1 less for the power cost. So any card that you play, its cost gets applied to there. So if you played, first thing I'm thinking of, let's just play. If you had, orange yellow, you killed the Dead Bloom. Okay, Dead Bloom is 8 for what? 2 power, 8 for 1 power, something like that. He would be a 2 for 2 power. He has ganking. When I attack, and we're seeing baited hook conversations with this, which would be nuts, right? When I attack, the defender must kill one of their units here. So they're gonna have to pick. Brother, this card, this is a 7, and it has ganking, so it's like a Ledros, right? Without the deflect and ganking there. I think if you can consistently get this card out by killing other units, I think this is what yellow needs. I think this is exactly what yellow needs in terms of cards, because yellow's always expensive. It's always expensive. That's why people play seals, but they don't sometimes even play bigger yellow cards. Yellow has to literally pay for everything, every kind, and that's just why you feel like you're de-ramping all the time. This card solves that in the sense that you can kill a card to play a bigger card, and if you can get these out consistently, I think this has the potential to be game defining in terms of how it comes out, the playability of it, and then as soon as I attack, I declare an attack. Even if I declare an attack, we haven't even started combat, right? When I attack, I'm moving in. When I attack, you must kill a unit before combat damage is exchanged. That's good. That's a one of a kind, and it has ganking. So move over. That card's dead. We don't even exchange. There's nothing. There's no interaction yet. 5. I think it's a 5. This one is going to be, to me, meta defining. I think it's going to be a 5. Ivern. We saw this in the Unleashed video. If you watched it, Ivern was able to have. I thought it worked this way, where as Ivern you had to have all 4 different tags at a specific battlefield to score a point. That's not how that works. The way it works is if you have all 4 tags of those units, cat, dog, bird, and Poro, anywhere on the base or on battlefields, you score 2 points when he conquers or holds. So when I conquer or hold, score 1 point if your units have all the following tags among them: bird, cat, dog, Poro. So he can become any one of those. So all you need is 3 of whatever. If you have 2 Iverns out, he's a 6/6 by the way, with no power. This card 4.5 easy. For yellow, it's a 5. I would say yellow, it's a 5. If you're playing Ivern, it's a 5, because you're going to be able to just push him out. He's a 6/6. Got to deal with that first of all. No power and all the benefit. There's no downside to playing him. Even if you just played him to play him, who cares? That he's a 6/6, moves in, and if you're able to manipulate and change tags, brother, you're gonna conquer, and you're gonna conquer and score 2, and then on the next turn, you're gonna score 2. You've scored 4 points in 1 turn. Technically, 1 turn pass, your card lives, 4 points. He can end the game immediately, and if he can push into 2 battlefields, 1 and 2, and I get it, you're just like, that's hopeful. Think, no, it's not. Like, it can really happen. You push 1 in, you're at 4. You push Ivern in, you push the other Ivern in. Even if you're down, we win, we conquer, we hold. Great, you kill all the units. You already have the Iverns lined up, the cat, dogs, whatever, Poros, birds, oh my. You score 2 battlefields, it's over. Game's over. This is a good card. This is a really good card. We'll put it at a 4. Actually, we won't go 5. We'll put it at a 4. For yellow, though, I think it's incredibly strong. And if I was just going to play, you know, try to play some kind of combo piece into that I could have, like maybe not specifically Ivern, but just even having that with the pieces of just like having the ability to do Cat Dog Poro somehow, um, really good. Here's the Galaxy one or the Astronaut one. Love it. Looks great. Let's go here. Virtuoso Legend Gen. All right. When you play a spell or you spend 4 or more, you may banish it. Then, if there are 4 spells banished with me, put each in its trash. Channel 4 runes, draw 1. This is good. I think it's going to be super unique. If you spent 4 or more, you may banish it. Okay, so banish the card. Okay, cool. Then, if there are 4 spells banished with me, put each in its trash, channel 4 runes, and draw 1 card. And, it's going to come in a clutch where you're going to be able to like play a spell, banish it, play a spell, banish it. You hold up over time. Then you're going to channel 4 runes, and they're coming ready. They're not exhausted. It doesn't say exhausted, just channel 4, draw 1. So you come in for a big swing, like a game-ending kind of situation where you're going to bring in, you had the 2, you're going to bring in 4, or you spent runes, and then you're going to put all those banished cards into the trash. Then you're going to bring 4 in after you just played 4 or did whatever. You're going to bring 4 in, draw 1, make a big swing, win the game. So we're going to put the ability 3.5. Vi, when you conquer, if you assigned 3 or more excess damage, you may exhaust a ready unit. It's pretty specific here because you got to hit over 3. So what is it going to take to do that here? But if you get it off, right, this is kind of like those unique, nuanced plays where she's going to come in clutch where you don't normally see it. And then when it does happen, it's going to be like, man, I wasn't thinking of that. Sneaky. I'm going to put this at 3.5 though. Lilia, she says, for 4 and you tap her, play a 3 might unit token with a temporary. It's ready, by the way. The ability costs 1 less for each friendly unit with temporary. And so bring it in. It's going to be ready. It's not exhausted. Comes in 3 might unit token with temporary, right? It wouldn't make sense to play a unit temporary. And then as you play the unit temporary, you can't even play it. So it dies next turn. That doesn't make no sense. I'm going to say for now, I have to see it in context because of 1 less each for friendly unit as temporary, how that looks. So we'll put it at 3. Lifting. Okay, this is the counterspell of all counterspells. You want to talk about Call Shot being banned? This is the card to be banned. 2 power, 2 cost, 2 power, reaction speed, counter a spell. Its controller can't play spells this turn. This is a baby Bryn here. This card is, brother, I don't even know what to tell you. Like, and it's on reaction speed. You're gonna play something action. 2 power. Cool. And its controller can't play spells this turn. So even though it's on the chain, I was wondering if the moment you play this, it immediately locks out the opponent from reacting to your reaction. I don't think it works that way, but if it does, it's even better. Regardless, this is a 5 cost. This is a 5-star card. 5-star card for green and blue at bare minimum. Well, at least for Lilia, because you can only play it with Lilia. Awesome card. 5-star for 5-star card for Lilia for sure. 4-star for green and blue. Okay, or for just because you can only play with Lilia. So if you can play it outside of her, great. It's a 5-star because you can only play with Lilia. So we'll just leave it there. People were pretty not happy with this. The Vex play here. When you hold or an ally holds, so team play, right? You may exhaust me to draw 1. I don't see what's wrong with that. It's a reverse Draven. Instead of winning a combat, even though Draven can always draw per combat, when you hold, you automatically get 2. You're not always going to be interacting in a combat. It's not always just draw. You're mainly getting your draws from other things that are happening. And the legend ability is giving you the draws every so often. When you hold, though, this is a guaranteed draw 2 every single time. So I think this is 3.54. I think Vex is going to be great here. And we don't even know what green Vex is yet. We have purple Vex. We don't even know what green Vex is. So give it some time. I think this is a 3.5 pushing a 4. What else? We got finishing up here. We got the Green Father. Love his artwork, by the way. His on is awesome. When you conquer a hold, you may exhaust me to replace the battlefield with a brush battlefield token. Right, so that changes the battlefield to a brush, which then allows your units to have +1 in the brush. Cat, dog, bird, Poro, right? Which is great. And obviously, when somebody scores it back, it changes. But that gives you ability to keep your units there, right? To give them a little bit more to survive as you build up the tags, the tag combo of getting all the tags, moving with the Ivern, scoring 2. This is great, and it changes every time, which I absolutely love. If you want to set up a brush, okay, you score back, that's fine. That's the risk reward kind of situation. I really like his ability. I think his ability is I think it's a 4. I think it's a 4. Diana, reaction, add 1 during showdowns only. Spend this energy during showdowns only. This is a reverse Kai'Sa. This is a Kai'Sa, but during the showdown, this is great because what you're going to do is you're going to want to play this during showdowns anyways. When you play spells or anything like that for Diana, when you want to pop and redo multiple reaction spells, when you want to swing over a big card, Diana has built-in package of the +2, right? Then you have the downstage dramatics. You have Hui. You have the Frigid Jewel. Brother, this I'm telling you, I think Diana is a tiers. I think this is a 4, 4.5. We'll leave it there. And that's a little bit of bias. I think it's a 4. We'll just say 4. We'll put it middle of the road 4. Not middle of the road. We'll put it at a 4-star for me. LeBlanc, I want a lot of talks around Hook and what this would look like. But when you conquer a hold, you may discard 1 and exhaust me to play a unit ready. Play a ready reflection unit token here. It becomes a copy of another unit and give it temporary. So for the turn, it becomes a copy of something. I think is great. I really need to see this in play and how effective it's going to be with what you're going to do. But she could get Otacon and you could have that as a temporary, right? And as you play the unit temporary, but can you play it that turn? Because if you can, then you can make a temporary of Otacon, push him in. That's broken. That's broken. That's super good. So if that's the kind of case, then I would say this is 4 pushing a 5. Mirror image. It's her signature spell. Choose a unit, play a ready reflection, ready, keyword ready, reflection unit token to your base. It becomes a copy of that unit. Give it temporary. Okay, so for 3, 2 cost, you get to pick an Otacon or whatever, or I guess this is what maybe that's doing, and maybe I'm just reading her legend ability wrong. But it's a ready unit, which is great. So then you get to do the whole Otacon situation. So I think her signature spell for her, I think is a 4. I think it's a 4 easy. And if it works how I think it is, I think it's pushing a 5. Kha'Zix. I'm super excited about Kha'Zix. And his chef's kiss. It says, when I win a combat, gain 1 XP. Hello, Draven. Spend 1 XP, buff a unit. Pretty nice. Buff a set, then spend the buff on the set. Now he's a +8, right? Swing in. That's a good day. Spend 2 XP, move an exhausted friendly unit from a battlefield to its base. Fight or flight for free. I don't want to interact here. I'll wait. Push it back. Just gaining all the XP. Conquer. Got 1 XP, 2 XP, 3 XP, 4 XP. Just getting all this XP all over the place. You're gonna have so much XP. You're just gonna be able to do whatever. Now you can only do it once per turn, but still, right? When you win a combat, then he comes back, you bring him back, he readies himself next turn. Still, this is really good. You have there's going to be synergies where you're going to be able to move a unit in, do something, move it back out, ready it, move it in, buff a unit, whatever, right? There's going to be something there, and I'm excited to see it. I think this is a 4, and even the more XP stuff that's coming through. The Vault. When you hold here, your non-token units cost 1 more to play this turn. I get that when you hold here. So, for tokens, that's going to be great. Playing against people who don't have tokens, that's good. So for tokens, I'd say it's a 3, 5. And then we're moving on to the Ons. All right, let's look here. We're gonna look at the signature. Lilia looking great. I really hope that this background is the matte black, and I hope they make all the color pop out. I think that brings the card from like a 3.5 to a 5 if they really make like the raised Lilia with her hair and the color pop out on the matte black. Phenomenal. I bet you this card looks like nuts. So don't know if it's going to do that. Looks great. I really like the art. For now, 3.5. We'll go here. Okay. So this card looks like somebody wrote it or drew it on paper and then they just put it on a card. I think the Green Father on looks amazing. And just the artwork. I love how that matches kind of the other vibe with the Lilia, and then we have that as the same vibe as like the Diana that we're about to see. Love this. I think this is a 4. I think this is a 4. It looks really, really solid. I think it'll look, obviously it's gonna look great in person. I'd love to see all the colors really pop, and I really like how all the signatures have like the Unleashed highlighter purple on them, looking really clean. And I like that how it's like kind of dedicated to that set. Um, I think this is going to be the chase card, unless we get something crazier. I think the Diana on is going to be the chase card. So the chase on, great, 5 out of 5, 5-star, easy, 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 easy. The anime, the chibi kind of situation, or just anime-esque situation, not chibi, but kind of in the face. Anime Diana, phenomenal, love it. My favorite one of the set is definitely going to be the Kazakhs, and I really hope, because the purples and the blues and the pinks and the green, I think this card, oh, this is, I want both. I want all the ons. This is the first time I actually want all the over numbers, and I would not give them, or like over numbered signatures. Not even that, just all the ons in general. I would keep all of them. I can't wait for this card. This is a 5 for me. And then we got some of the rest of stuff here. We'll look at them at another time. But anyways, guys, that's the video. If you like the video, be sure to like the video. If you want to see more, be sure to subscribe. Let me know what you think about what we've seen here as I'm making this. I'm 46 minutes in. There are cards being released, so we'll do a part 2 when we get even a whole bunch more, which I'm assuming we're going to get more today. Anyways, guys, I'll see you in the next one.